So this is a battle report with Warriors of Chaos versus Warriors of Chaos. I'm going against the Colonel, the Sanders, the Head Cracker, the Skull Taker. Yeah, one day I will defeat him. I will beat him. I finally got a tie on him, so I'm going up. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer to that supreme moment. All right, so we got we got Chaos Hounds on the Chaos Marauders on the far left. They have the Mark of Slaanesh. Hounds in the middle. They got Vanguard. He has two Chimera, one Demon Prince, Flying Disc Sorcerer with Mark of Tzeentch, and the unkillable BSB right behind him. And on the far right, we have Hounds. Next to him is a Chariot of Slaanesh and more Hounds. And in my side, I have one Chimera, one Demon Prince, the Skull Bus, a unit of Marauder Horsemen of Slaanesh, Hounds, and we have more dogs. We have a ton of dogs. I even brought some Hellstriders, and a unit of Forsaken, like little Forsaken Dart. It doesn't play much of a role in the game, and they're the dogs and my Hellstriders. And so at the beginning of the game, we roll for to see who Vanguards first. I think he gets to roll the Vanguard first, and this is actually a skip. This is actually skip. This is actually in the middle of my turn. I think I did these pictures backwards, but it's the same result. I moved my Chimera up like that in my turn. I Vanguarded my Marauders up just a little bit, just far enough where if he charges them, there'll be a failed charge if I flee. There's another, for some real reason, there's another picture of his army, but oh yeah, I just did that. I don't know why, but whatever. Move up like so with the Hellstriders, because I know I have a very long. No, I actually tried to charge with the Hellstriders, and he fled with the Hounds. They actually probably could have. They actually came close to catching him, but they get away. In my turn, I cast regeneration on the Hounds and +1 toughness on the Warriors, because I didn't want him to run his Demon Prince in there and just start smacking stuff around. But it didn't. The regen on the Hounds didn't work because I didn't roll 5s this entire tournament. I couldn't roll 5 to save any of my soldiers' life. He kills the Hounds. I think he kills them with magic, actually. Yeah. No, he killed him with his Demon Prince. He flew in there, killed the Hounds, and then just refaced right in front of me like that. Kind of pissed me off a little bit. The Hounds couldn't hold any better than that. No, that's not what happened. He charged with the Chimera. I fled with the Hounds. Then he flew his Demon Prince in there. He charges my Chimera with his unkillable Exalted Hero. So he charges his unkillable BSB into the Chimera. I'm thinking that Chimera might be dead. He might have Burning Body. Then he casts Exequence on the Demon Prince, so he has random movement. So that's a game changer there. The more I see that, the more I'm like, I need to use that. And then the Chimera kills him, his BSB. Funny enough, because he rolled 2s on all his ward saves, even with the reroll, rolled 2s. Then I face the Chimera towards the Sorcerer, and this is going to be in his turn, so I'm going to be able to charge that Sorcerer and kill him. And I charge the Forsaken into the Fen Beast. Maybe they might win against the Fen Beast, and might get some points there, some juicy points. And the Warriors charge into the Demon Prince just so he won't be able to move around, so I can get to him with the Skull Bus. And he wants to actually not deal with that thing, really, and rightfully so. It throws out like 30 attacks. So here's another view here. I charge the Forsaken into the Fen Beast. We're allowed in this tournament. We're allowed to have one of the monsters from the Storms of Magic book. The Chimera is going to charge the Sorcerer, and the Warriors charge the Demon Prince. In hindsight, after killing killing the sorcerer, I should have overrun to get out of the way of the chariot. I wasn't thinking at all. And over here we have the Hell Striders charging into the Hounds. That should be an easy fight. And, here's another view here of the Chimera charging the sorcerer. So that should be easy enough. The Demon Prince is still stuck, and I positioned the Hounds like so. Maybe the Hounds will be able to do something against the Fen Beast. Maybe, who knows, right? I try to charge the Skull Crushers into the Chimera, forcing the either flee or die, and they don't make the charge. They only needed like a 7 and they rolled a 6, so that sucked, right? And here's the Chimera looking at the chariot. Hopefully the chariot will lose against the Chimera. And here's another look at the failed charge. That thing over there is not a skull cannon. It's actually another chariot. So don't when you're watching the video, don't be like, oh, that's a skull. I didn't know Chaos can get Chaos Warriors get a skull cannon. Let me go get a Chaos Warrior army. No, don't work like that. And it was just a proxy. And over here, I think the Warriors they don't really do so hot against Demon Prince. But they don't break either. And in his turn he actually charges into the flank of the Forsaken. Then he charges the cannon. I mean the chariot into the Chimera. The odds are stacked in the Chimera's favor. But my dice actually hate me. So you're about to see something funny. And then over here, the craziest thing happened. The Hounds did he moves the Chimera over there to help the Hounds, and then something crazy happened here. It was stupid. The Hounds actually end up winning this close combat. You'll see why in a second. They do 2 wounds. They drop 2 of them, and then they actually dropped 3 of those guys. Yeah, they dropped 3 of them. I was pissed. I was livid. And then the freaking chariot kills the Chimera. I mean, he didn't make any regens at all. It was just fucking insane. That pissed me off. In hindsight, actually, the Hellstriders actually got flamed. That's where the 3 wounds came from. And then he charges the Chimera. He actually charged the Chimera in his turn, and then wiped the Chaos Warriors out. He actually reforms them back to face the Skull Crushers on the flank. The Skull Crushers actually make their charge this time. I think they hit a Chimera. No, they didn't hit a Chimera. They hit something and killed it. I don't remember exactly what it was. And then he has his chariots about to barrel down on the. That's a lot of stuff to go down on the Hellstriders. And then the Hellstriders end up losing in close combat to the Hounds. And then the Hounds reface. That was more than amazing. They have 4 attacks and they reroll a hit on half of them, and they fail to wound with more than half of those. So that pissed me off. And then he pretty much tried to keep the Skull Crushers out of the game. And I think it would. No, I don't think the Skull Crushers actually charged. I think I just marched them through just to get him out of the way. The Demon Prince. I didn't get far enough, or it might have been a flee. I don't know, but yeah, they didn't get far enough away from the Demon Prince to get out of the way. He flies his Demon Prince back there. I fly my Demon Prince back there to if you charge those Skull Crushers in the butt, I'm going to charge you with my Demon Prince. And my Demon Prince is a little bit better than that Slaanesh one, so. And then I ended up charging the Skull Crushers. It was like a waste of power going into that spawn, but I needed to get them out of the way of that Demon Prince. And my Demon Prince ends up charging the chariot, and end up killing that chariot. He still has he keeps on casting the Cacophonic Choir, but I keep getting wounds back. So yeah, Cacophonic Choir is some scary stuff. I think Lore Slaanesh is probably the best lore for Chaos. Really, you actually get to control the field And I think that's more important than killing overall. If because your units are able to kill anyway, and so I reformed after killing the spawn because I think that was a overrun or something like that into the spawn, and yep. I don't exactly remember what that chariot picture of that chariot. Oh, his chariot turned around to come after the rest of my army. He positions his guys like this. He has this unit in my deployment zone, so he's going to get some points for that. I get points for the Skull Crusher being in there, and it was actually a good game, and it ended up being a tie because we were only within like 100 points of each other, less than 100 points. It was like 4 points difference from a draw or a win for either side. So it was tight. It was a good game. And so if you liked the video, subscribe.